guys, I hope this video finds you well. I wanted to come to you with a review on some new brushes that I have hauled recently that I wanted to share and review with you because they're all unique in a sort of way, and unique to me and unique in their function. Well, somewhat. And I wanted to share them with you. Most of them I did show in the haul, but a couple of them I don't think I did. But anyway, they're all new to me. I don't think they're all like new on the market, but they're new to me, and I just wanted to share like how I've been using them and how they've actually changed, some of them, a significant step in my routine. So I wanted to go ahead and let's get into it. So we're going to start with the face brushes, and then we'll go to the eye brushes. So the first brush, I'll do two brushes, these two together, that I hauled for you were the Japonesque high density foundation brushes. Now I have both of them. From the side, they look like a straight what is this? Kabuki, flat top kabuki brush. However, upon looking at them head on, they are a triangular shape. They're used. This is the large one. This is the smaller one. These were at Ulta. I picked these up from Ulta. Ooh, I can't remember quite when, but again, they were in that haul. I picked those up from Ulta, and they were about $18 and $14 respectively. So anyway, they're on the higher end of buying one brush for me anyway. So, sorry, I'm all over the place, you guys. I'm hungry. My Chipotle is right there. I'm all over the place. My cat, I'm trying to make sure he's not sneaking in it. Anyway. So these two, again, are made for foundation. They're high density. I will agree that they are very high density. What I use these for are foundation and concealer, and boy, do they make a difference. Next to a beauty blender, I do like a good buffing style foundation brush. Before these, my favorite brush to buff in my foundation was the Morphe M439 brush, because I just like this domed, this densely packed kabuki style brush. I think that's, next to a sponge, that's the best way I like to apply foundation. Seeing that shape really intrigued me. So in terms of buffing in, they're so dense, they're even more densely packed than that Morphe one. They distribute product so, I would say significantly better, but a little bit more flawlessly. A little bit more even. I really appreciate that. I can do it in less time, I guess. It takes a little bit longer with that one, which is apples and oranges, really. Like, it's your preference of a brush, but I just really enjoy it a little bit more. The shape allows you to get into these corners. Now, I didn't have to buy the small one. I think the big one would suffice with foundation and concealer if you're getting in there. But just for a little bit smaller, a little bit more controlled, I've only used this for concealer, and it works perfectly. If your face is smaller than mine, I'm sure this will blend out. This will blend out any product just fine. Maybe BB creams and like if you're doing like, you know, spot concealer all over the face. To, you know, supplement foundation type of thing, I think this smaller one would definitely help there. But again, I use this one solely for concealer and this foundation, and they worked really well. I'm really happy about these. I have not cleaned them yet, so that's something I probably should have told you guys. I should have tested before I did this review, but whatever. These are my first Japonesque brushes, and they seem to be really nice quality, really strong and durable, considering how my makeup room has been a mess. And my vanity was a mess for a while, and was like throwing them everywhere, and I actually had them crammed in one of my drawers for a while, and the bristles didn't get bent or anything to remind myself to do this video type of thing. So anyway, really appreciate those. Really recommend them. Really recommend them. The next brush that I hold is the Real Techniques, what is this? Instapop face brush. This really weird little buggy here. And then again, it's not that weird. So this one is less densely packed. It is specifically made for loose powder. That's what it says. I actually hauled two of them because they were on sale. Specifically made for loose powder. It has an angle here. The bristles are cut up at an angle, but they're still not densely sharp. It's still overall domed on that side. And it is made for loose powder. That's what it's advertised for. I think this sucks for loose powder. Personally, I don't think it's fluffy enough to distribute loose powder well. It's too dense, in my opinion, for that. However, it does well to put pressed powder on your face. A powder foundation, so it's not as as compact as a sponge or as compact as, again, one of those densely packed foundation brushes. So some people will buff their powder foundation in with one of these for more coverage, which is just fine. But if you want that in the middle somewhere, this is really good. And it's a really good shape to sit into a compact and go ahead and pack on your powder foundation and even buff it in a little bit. But for loose powders are definitely not necessarily full coverage powders. They're not powder. They're powders to set, and they're powders to be lightweight. They're meant to be lightweight, and they're meant to be easy and, you know, kind of like error-free, if you will, unless it's like a translucent powder with flashback or something, but the application should pretty much be error-free. So this, by it being, it's not loose and fluffy enough to get that nice airbrush just dusted all over your face. It has a distinct shape to this brush where some parts of the brush, like down here, is going to distribute product a little bit heavier than they would at the top. That's just what it is. Versus a powder brush, all my brushes are dirty, versus a powder brush that's a full, you know, uniform dome all around type of situation. I can distribute a little bit more evenly. There is a difference in these lighter, taller ones up here and these shorter, denser ends down here. That does make a difference, and I think it leaves an uneven application of loose powder because some places are a little bit more concentrated than others. So, but it does wonders with pressed powder, so powder foundation. So that's my take on that one. I would stay clear of the loose powder, but that's what it's advertised for. So I also have the Instant Pop cheek brush that I have yet to use on with blush, although I think it would go well with blush because of the same reasons I said why it's not great for loose. So, because it's more concentrated, a good shape for a compact. So, all right, okay. Last face brush. So I went into my Ulta to pick up some. Well, I'm lying. I didn't go in to pick them up, but I went in and I found the eye brushes I was looking for, and I came across this brush in the meantime. So this is the Morphe M536, and it was called the Under Eye Bullet brush, which I appreciate. So I use currently to set my under eye area, I use these e.l.f. small tapered brushes. Love them. Perfect shape, perfect fit under the eye, and it just wonderful, wonderful. Now I set my under eye most of the time with pressed powder, so I do swirl my brush because this is a looser brush. I swirl my brush in it a little bit to get some kick up in the palette, in the compact, and pack it on my under eye, which still works completely fine. Still works completely fine. And I love these brushes. $3. I love those. I picked this one up because it's the same shape, it's the same size, but it's a little bit more densely packed. And I was like, huh, that might be interesting. So same size, same shape. I knew it's going to fit under my eye well. It's just a little bit more densely packed, meaning I don't have to swirl a bunch of times in a compact of pressed powder to pick up more, to pick it up. You understand what I'm saying? It picks up more powder in a pressed compact than the e.l.f. And that's exactly why I bought it, because I was like, this will probably work better for pressed things. Because I have a couple others. Where am I lying? Did I declutter them? I think I did. I was going to say, like those, you know, we get like these, just the standard no-name kabukis from like Amazon, eBay, and they have some that are shaped like this. Yeah, I've decluttered those. They're a little too big for my under eye, and that's the only other thing I would have had similar, but I don't have those anymore. But anyway, this one does really well with my pressed powders under the eye. I use it with my MAC Studio Fix specifically, which is a almost full coverage, pretty much full coverage powder foundation, and that works really well under there. But yeah, I just wanted to share that one with you. It's really nice. It's not anything unique. It's not one that's super unique or blew my mind or was like I didn't know I needed it, but I just think it adds to it. Whoa, it adds to it. All right, and the last brushes are Morphe. I don't prefer Morphe brushes over any other type of brush. I like inexpensive and that it works. And Morphe's brushes, I haven't had any issues with them. I don't own, like they're not the majority of my collection, but the ones that I do own are fine with me. But anyway, a little story with this. So in my makeup career and in my doing my eye makeup, I've always struggled with I've gotten better with blending. Like, I mean, you can never blend too much. So like, oh no, you can. But you can never practice blending too much. And so one of my struggles was blending, not necessarily two colors together, but blending like a gradient. So like having where you can see all the distinct shades still blended together. I'm like, how are people doing this? Like with a rainbow eye. If you did just like, I don't know. I was like, oh my goodness. And then it hit me. I had an epiphany, maybe some months back. I had an epiphany. Candice, your eye brushes that you're using to blend are too big. They're not bad brushes, they're just too big. So for an example, packing a color in the crease, you can use a larger, fluffy brush. Well, I have big eyes, so I was like, I have big eyes, I use a big brush. Packing color crease, I'll use something like this, which is fine to pack in the crease. Or like, I'll go, the smallest I have would be like one of these, something along this size, to add the second color and keep going. And while they would blend together nicely, sometimes you want that distinction of the two shades, but still that blend there. And I was just like, these are too big. I mean, I never really thought about it. I would just work with what I had and just try my best and keep practicing and keep going. And I saw a video, I watch makeup tutorials all the time, of random people, and I don't know what her name was, but she did a cut crease. I was looking up cut crease looks. Anyway, she did a cut crease look, whatever. And in her look though, she had, I don't even remember the colors, but that's not the point. Let's say blue, green, purple, and orange, like in this area of her eye, and then the cut crease thing. You could clearly see blue, green, purple, and orange all blended nicely. And I'm like, how? I'm like, there's no way you have that much eye space. And then I realized she's using really small brushes. So I took note to what she was using. Now, granted, these aren't the end all be all, but I happened to look and they were Morphe brushes. So I was like, okay, so I know they're inexpensive. Probably about $5 or $6 a brush. So I can afford that or whatever. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to go ahead and try. She's using really small brushes. And so I went to my Ulta for something unrelated, and I'm talking to the girl at the Too Faced thing, and she was like, yeah, working here, I'd spend all my money. And we just got our Morphe display with all the new, now we're carrying like 40 different brushes. And in my mind, and that's what happened. I went over there, and sure enough, there was the brushes that she used in that video. I was like, meant to be, thank you, baby Jesus. So that's, okay. So I picked up 7 brushes, but they're not all different. So I have the two that the girl used in the video was the 506, M506 and M507, and they're actually called like mini blender. Hold on, I have two, and I got 2 each of those. So anyway, this is the 506 and the 507. They're mini blend brushes. Now I have pencil brushes this size, but pencil brushes are usually a little bit more densely packed. And they're not good for blending. They're good for like smudging. So anyway, these two, 506 and 507. This is the 507 this is the 507. So I picked up the 506 and the 507. Keep saying, how many times can I say that? And then I picked up the 514. Okay, 2 of the 514. So one of them's dirty. I'll show you the clean one. 514, and I picked up the 562, and these like the smallest eye blending brushes I could find. I used these brushes twice, and I didn't use them on camera yet. No, I think one time I did. I'm not sure. I have to look through my memory card. It made a world of difference. I'm still not the best at blending 7 colors together, but it made a world of difference. I did a look where I used, and I did it on purpose to try these brushes out, where I used like an orange and then blue to know the two different, to know that if they were, you know, different. And I could see them distinct blending with these. Now I will say this takes a lot longer, and that could be another reason why. I don't know, but it takes a lot longer. I used, where is it? The full 562 bare, like with nothing on it, to blend out edges. It works so well. I am so excited and I'm so happy that, I don't know, I was able to improve something like makeup. You never stop growing in it, and you never stop hopefully evolving and finding new things to work for your face. Like, to be honest, you know, 5 years ago my makeup would have not looked like this. And just to, I don't know, have an epiphany, and it's almost like I'm learning eye makeup all over again because I have these new smaller brushes. Now I have a lot of eye brushes. A lot. And I don't think any of them are going to go to the back. Like, I don't think, okay, now I'm never going to use any of the others. I just know now that I need to probably invest in smaller blending brushes. I have a lot of fluffy blending brushes, and they can stay for the crease, and they can stay for one shadow looks, and they can do well for other things. But I know for those intricate, we want to get every color seen and all that stuff. I can't wait to play. I can't wait to do, I want to do a rainbow just to practice my blending. I really want to do a rainbow eye situation. Let me know if you want to see that in the comment section. Let me know some sort of rainbow look, just so I'm blending the rainbow, just so to practice with these teeny tiny brushes. I'm just, and I dropped one, of course. I'm just very excited about that. Worked wonders. Yeah, $6. All of these were $6 a piece. So decent price, and Morphe, you can use a $3.50 off coupon at Ulta. It's not prestige, so yeah, really happy about that. So those are the only brush that I did haul and I didn't use yet is another Morphe brush. It's the M444, which is a short, dense buffing brush. I'll make sure to use that in a video soon. Oh, another brush that's I bought for novelty. I mean, I'll use it to buff in things, but this is by Real Techniques. Look at this kabuki brush. Look how gorge that is. I don't even know if I've ever used it, but it was on sale and I had to have it. So anyway, and they came with these two limited edition planet style beauty sponges. So the Real Techniques sponge material. Anyway, but I wanted to do a review on those brushes that I've hauled and just tell you about them and tell you how excited I am to just relearn eye makeup all over again with smaller eye brushes. So let me know if you want me to blend the rainbow or do something fun like that. Or give me suggestions for something that will really captivate blending, you know. Anyway, if you have any questions, comments, and concerns about any of the products mentioned in this video, feel free to leave it down below. I love you all, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye!